Hey YouTube, back at the Nova again. Try my phone on a different angle this time. See if the picture comes out wider when you view it. Just make a quick one here. I'm blocking the Nova out, but all this light colored stuff is just filler underneath for me blocking it. Cut that high stuff off. But what I use for guide code is good old school spray water over it. Look at it while it's wet. And I know it's really difficult to see, but let me go against the light. Yeah, it's gonna be hard for you to see at night with the light. But for what I see here, you get past a couple streaks of water and look at the shape of the body. I can tell it's straight as an arrow. Straight as I'm going to get it. It's not a good picture at night. Maybe tomorrow I'll bring a bright light out or something. Maybe I could shine this one down on it a little bit. Still hard to see the shine on it while it's wet to see how straight the... Oh well, I tried. But another reason why I wanted to make this was I wanted to turn my phone, since I'm using my phone for video, I wanted to turn my phone sideways to see, like when I get back on and upload the videos, will it be a wider looking screen when you click on the video to watch it instead of the skinny ones, because I have no idea what I'm doing with editing. Never did it yet, never tried it. I uploaded whatever you want to call it, download an app for editing, but I actually downloaded it and never opened it yet, so I have no clue. So whatever posts. So, but another thing I was looking at here was I got my template for my other wheel well in. Grab that light once. Just a template. It needs glassed up yet. But man, I'm just really amazed. You see my darkened light now, where I cut down high spots and where low spots are. Needs very, very little blocking out yet. Like right here where it's dark colors. Some of that dark is low spots yet. Just the texture of the high build I put on. No big deal. It'll sand out. I wanted to bring that light up here. Try to. So you can see there's the left wheel mocked up, or the right wheel well. And I have that one's already glassed up. One more coat on that side. And here's the template for the right one. I mean the left one. And then you can see in the back here, try to hold my phone. Back in here where I have that concaved in to clear the brake lines. That's what that was for. It's just a matter of a little tweaking to keep that side there out where it is, and this side here has got to come out just a little bit to go right alongside the frame rail, which I can twist that around before I glass it, and then twist it when I give it my final install. Some tabs I'm going to make and glass on there that actually will be attached to the fender well, and then bolt to the firewall and bolt to the rear support, and then run braces off the fender down to each side of the control arm, in front of it and back of it, to position it exactly the way I want. But that's that. Tomorrow I'll glass that up both sides. Hopefully the temperature will be good so stuff hardens up quick enough for me. And then here, what you see is a little bit of extra glass in here, so it's pretty thick, solid for to mount a fuel regulator, fuel pressure regulator, and stuff like that. Since I guess NHRA or whatever they're dealing with, you can't mount them on the firewalls no more apparently. So that's that part. I got my fender blocked out. Cut my fender down here all blocked out. So everywhere you see white coming through or something, that was high spots. but that's part of blocking. I was using my rubber block there and that sandpaper for little small contours, and then for the other one I got this small door block with some 240 on it for the first cut, and then I'll blow a coat of primer on when it's time, and cut it down with some 320 and finer before it gets the last coat of paint. And when it comes that time, but I'll put more videos up of all that. That over here on the 49 Ford stuff, let me grab that light again. I was messing around with this for a while. Got some more parts. Up there's the grill, that right side up there, as you can see. I took the lower pieces apart to clean them, and the upper grill panel, that's where the Ford goes on fix or repair daily. I mean Ford. And then even on the inside, got her all, can't see real good, but it's the best I can do. Getting her all prepped up. Hammered some stuff out, a lot of dents in it. Dent in this corner right here, and that little pinhole rust coming through where it's black, and a couple little dark spots, or I don't know if you can see them real clear, they're rust holes. So all the way across there, which I'll just lay a piece of brass behind there and burn them shut. Then here I've got to show you earlier that rusty fender. This was the bottom to it. I actually did clean it up. I only found rust right here, but we're getting new because everything on here is all nothing but dents, the whole entire thing. But that was the only rust, and then it was rusted and cracked right here. You can see that big crack, obviously, at the tip of my finger, right there. It was welded and fixed at one time, and then as I was grinding, it was already opened up. You can see the shitty welds behind it, didn't penetrate, didn't stick. But look at all that rust behind it. It's not through, but it's rust. So this truck's getting probably in the spring, when I get the floor, firewall, and everything done, the rockers, get a whole new front end. So, but I just wanted to do this video with the phone sideways to see if when you view it, it's not straight up and down and skinny. So I wanted to try this with an earlier video. It's I put it up, but I didn't publish it yet. So here in a couple minutes, I'm gonna go publish it and put this one up. Hopefully I'll get a thumbs up and some people to subscribe to my channel. This is Edward Martin with the RV Camper Living. Pull it around with my van. My van's my toolbox, my camper's my house, and I'm mobile. And I go do what I gotta do to survive. So it's work, but as you can see, is this shop in here. It's a little hillbilly shop, but it works. Construction lighting, floodlights. Got flashlights and portable little LED flashlights. That gets the job done. So I'll keep you posted on some more with this Nova in the 49. These fender brackets earlier I was showing you were so rusted up. I took a flat disc to it, started cleaning some of it, as you can see, and I sprayed rust prep on it. I'll show you that here in a second. I was just doing it to show the owner tomorrow. And then here was just the flap disc. You can see how that rust prep's turning the metal, the rust black. It's supposed to turn it black or charcoal gray, turn it into like a zinc coating, they say. Well, whatever it does, I don't care, but I know I use it on many cars before, and it works. But let me grab the bottle here. The places I would get this at, sorry about the weathered label, but she's been through some use. It's just a green water-based liquid pump spray bottle. It's from Autotech. They do have all kinds of chemicals out, but it's professional rust prep. Stops rust on contact. When I did spray those brackets earlier, you can see it smoking, the acid or whatever's in it, and it does the conversion, however it does, converts it to a primer, zinc coating like. But I'm hitting everything with it, and throw it over there in front of the torpedo heater since it's not flammable. That's why those brackets were hanging here a while ago, to get that to dry, and it's still sticky because it takes about 11 hours for it to fully cure. If you paint over it too soon and then put a finish coat on, it'll turn black or brown through your paint. So whatever you're putting on there, say you're doing it yellow, because I did a S10 under the hood with it, and I painted an area too soon. I didn't test it for see if it was dry or not, and the canary yellow I used, I mean, it was freaking bright yellow, like that masking tape. Just a freaking bright yellow S10 I did a long time ago. It's probably been 10 years or so, and that was like 05, yeah, 11 years ago. It was still tacky here and there. I thought that looks good, and the next day I come back into the garage where I was at, and it looked black and brown bleeding through my yellow paint. I was kind of pissed off, so I had to wipe it all off, start all over. But this time I let 2 days go by till I put any paint on it, so I knew it hardened. So, but that's what all this is getting. It's up to me. I don't want to have to get a call back in a couple weeks that my truck rusted out again or something, because it won't be driven much when this 49 is done, but I at least want it right, like I would do my own. And another thing I was doing was these ends were sticking way out, and the lip all bent up. However it fit, it looked good when it was in one piece, but a lot of stuff is wrong. Dents I hammered out. Little stuff like this gotta come out yet. It's just getting late, and I don't feel like fooling with it anymore tonight. It's 2.5 hours of just what you see and trying to strip it. Had a blaster, but don't know where I put it. Being mobile, who knows where I left it or threw it away, or I don't know. Maybe I'll get one. And I don't know if a lot of people used that Black Diamond brand 36 grit glass. It's like a real dark caramel brown colored glass, but I've used it many times, and it makes the metal look like new, just sandblasted, but smooth. And it's 36. That is the best stuff I ever used in my life. Put some gloves on and the proper hood for it, so you don't eat the glass, get it in your eyes, and dress decent for it. And the hood's like a hard hat with a hood over it and down over your shoulder, so it don't go down your shirt. And wear some long leather gloves and blast away. Maybe I'll think about doing that to make life a little easier, and it'll get all the old paint out of all them little pockets and stuff. And then I was also using the wire wheel, and where is it? One of these paint stripper wheels. Takes longer by hand, but it's getting it done. That's all that matters. So I'll post something up on that doors, and I'll finish blocking the bottom of the door, and then block that front half of the quarter panel from the center of the wheel front, which you can't see now, of course. Gotta block that all out. I want to know what my work's like before it even rolls out the door. But I found some door dings in here and there, because my work goes from here, back to the, if you can see where I'm at in the car, the window, my work goes back to about here. So I found little dings back there, but that high build allowed me to sand them right out. So I am going to blast the whole car again real heavy, but like I said, I want to use the gray. So then when I'm ready to block it out and everything, I can use the guide coat, which spray bottle water is usually my guide coat. I'm just rinsing the residue out of my sandpaper instead of wasting sandpaper. It's still good. It's Mirka. It's good. It's still sharp. Got plenty left to be cutting tomorrow, so that's what I'll do. All the rest of this, I got everything sanded out. I soaked it down and looked at it. Yeah, it looks fine. So I can't wait to get all this together to sand everything. I'm not even going to sand the roof or the bumper yet. I'm not going to sand the rear sections of the doors here. No body work I had to do there. And I'm not going to sand these. I'm not going to sand the trunk lid. I'm not going to sand the very back of the quarters because all that checked out good. It's enough that we sand them down and primer, and we'll block it out and it'll be good. So I'm only doing the worst of it. I was only supposed to be here to mock that front end up for now, but we decided to do the wheel wells openings, weld new panels in around the opening. So I'll do the body work, so there isn't much to do later when it comes down. So I gotta get this thing out of here. I want to back my van in, and then I think I showed this before, what we cut off. This is the Nova quarter panels, so we just zipped a piece out, what we needed in the wheel wells in here, and here's what came with it, both of them. So what I'm going to do is flip this over. This will be the bottom of my rocker panel. This will go up around the wheel well just a little bit, like right to here, and then here be my patch panel, and the width of that'll be my rocker, and bend it down and put a lip on it. And the other side I'll do the same thing, but I'll add a little bit extra to it so I can go like this and cut it to bend it in the door, and not exactly like that, but I'll show all that. I'm gonna make a cardboard template. I'm like a cardboard template fool. Oh, here it is. I get this stuff here for free, easy to cut and work with. The moisture doesn't kill it too bad, but that's what I'm up to. Get this out of here and get both full rockers on my van done. Then I'll feel better come April for inspection, and then after that, then I guess get that 49 Ford, the cabin rolling chassis brought in here. This weekend I might go get the bed and stand it up on end. I got the hood and rear fenders on hand. Those fenders over there are the front, but like I said, they're junk. I'm gonna just cut the top of them out. Just cut this whole top piece out right here, so I have a nice big semi-flat piece of metal to use for any other work that actually does need done inside on the floor. So, alright YouTubers, hope you like my videos. Sorry they're boring, dark, and I'm moving around a lot, but it's time to go and download these videos, publish them, and hopefully I'll get a thumbs up. Thank you in advance. Have a good one.
Hurry in during sleepy